Goddard students, my name is Mr. Burkamp and I teach here at Mays High School, and I'm excited that you're going to be learning about solar energy. It's a fantastic renewable source of energy, and so I'm standing here in front of an array that I helped build started back in 2018, and you can see behind me there's actually 3 of these big arrays. The total is 720 panels, and it produces 200 kilowatts of electricity. Watts is a measure of how much energy that it consumes. So if you've looked at like a light bulb, might be like a 60-watt bulb, that's a reflection of how much energy it uses per second. So 200 kilowatts, that's how much energy that the solar panels are producing. So the short version on how it works, it's a nice sunny day. So our local star, otherwise known as our sun, is producing energy, and it's producing that energy and it's released in the form of little bundles of energy that scientists call photons. And so those photons are emitted from the sun, and they take about 8 minutes for them to get from the sun to the earth. So the sunlight that's hitting me left about 8 minutes ago. So it comes in, and what happens is that it strikes the surface of these panels right here, okay? And these panels are constructed of a material that it takes that energy from the sun in the form of that photon, and it strikes the material, and it excites little tiny bits of material called electrons. So electrons, when they move, that's what creates an electrical current. So the photons come in, they hit the surface of the solar panels, it excites the electrons go, whoa, 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 this is cool, we got to go somewhere, and then it takes all that energy, and that's what allows us to make electricity. So any story with electricity ends with Mr. Burkamp needs to be able to make toast. So what happens is that it's kind of a cool thing. We get photons from the sun, they strike the surface. The electrons get excited, the electrons flow through the wiring, they hit the toaster, Mr. Burkamp can make toast. Now, quick lesson. These panels produce what's known as DC current. DC stands for direct current. It means the current only flows in one direction. But the grid in your home and the school and everything else operates an alternating current. So what we have to have, walk with me here. So I'm going to walk around over here. Now, what we have here are a bank of inverters. So what these inverters do is that they take the DC current from the panels, it feeds through here and into these inverters. These inverters take the DC current, which is only flowing in one direction, and changes it into AC current. AC stands for alternating current. So the alternating current, meaning it goes back and forth, so imagine like a wave in like your bathtub, okay, or the ocean. So alternating current has to travel in a wave, because it's instead of just going in one direction, it's going up and down like this. So what has to happen is that with these inverters have to change that into AC current so that it matches the current that's on the grid, and it has to put it in phase, because if it's not in phase, then it won't work in terms of being able to use that electricity. So one of the things that we can do here is, oh, hold on. Okay, so if you can hopefully see this, what that is a production curve. So what's happening, you can see my finger, right? So that's about 7 o'clock this morning, and then throughout the day, as the sun travels overhead, okay, so I'm filming this at about noon, so the sun is about directly overhead. So when the sun goes directly overhead, oh, there we go, then that's when we're getting our maximum production. So if there's not any clouds, well, at the end of the day, when you look at this, it'll produce, hold on, I gotta find my finger. Where are we at? So it'll produce a whole curve like this. where we get our maximum production in the middle of the day, because that's when the sun is directly overhead. So, turn this around. There we go. All right, so you guys are going to do some exciting stuff with solar energy. Just remember that it's composed of photons, and it's a cool way to produce electricity, because all we have to do is take the energy from the sun, excite electrons, and we can do great things with that. So enjoy your time. Science is really, really cool. I've been teaching it for a long time. I'm envious of you guys. You're going to build some cool solar ovens. Just be excited about it, and just remember, science is cool.